So there, those are the options or the ways to find potential cars for your consideration. For us personally, we tried all of them. That's why we learned how they operate. But where we are successful is the direct to the seller. We were just lucky to meet an Indian man who is a very responsible man who was able to sell to us a good deal of a car. It's a Japanese car. It's an old car, pero I would say that it's the best car from among the ones that we have checked physically. Now we go to how we check the quality and history of the car if you already have shortlisted options. The first that you can do is to do VIN check. So what does VIN mean? VIN is the vehicle ID number. This number is unique to each car that we buy, and this number is like the fingerprint of the car. This is like the car's DNA. So in your SGI's website or in the SGI's equivalent in your province, you can do the VIN check there, enter the VIN of the car, and all the history of the car, maintenance, repairs, accidents will be listed. Carfax. This is something that you can purchase or the owner as a seller can purchase. I think the cost of this is ranging from 70 to 100 Canadian dollar. I'm not sure. This is very important, especially if the car has been in different provinces, para you can get the records of the car from or the history of the car when it was in the other provinces pa. Apart from the maintenance, apart from the repairs that the car underwent, it also lists the recalls of the brand. So for example, if there are specific year models, specific issues that was recalled by certain brands like Toyota, Honda, or other brands, it will be listed there. Tapos you will see if it was replaced, if it was addressed already, which is also a good basis for you to have peace of mind when you buy the car. Fourth and third is to have it assessed by a mechanic. Maybe kung wala kang kilalang mechanic, this will cost you some couple of dollars or maybe up to $50 maybe. And then very important, you have to personally test drive the car. You have to feel the car. You have to hear any noise that the car is making. You have to test the aircon, test all the functions of the doors, the windows. Ensure that you have personally tried the car before you make a decision. Google is your friend. Especially if you don't have Carfax dun sa car, and especially kapag limited yung information na nasa VIN, you can check Google if there are previous owners' review of the same model of the car, if there are recalls of the year model of the car that you are buying, which those points you can consider whether you want to go ahead or not. Now, you have found your car, you have checked the quality, you have checked the history of the car, you're now decided how to purchase the car. First, of course, you have to pay the owner. Payment can be in the form of cash, in the form of online transfer, in the form of bank draft, or manager's check in the Philippines. What we are recommending though for records purposes is bank draft or online transfer. Para lang, of course, you're buying most probably from a stranger, especially if you're doing it through a private seller, then it's important for you to have a recorded transaction that you really gave them a certain amount of money. After payment, the seller will take out the license plate. License plate in Canada, this is a big difference versus the Philippines. License plate here are linked to the name of the owner and not to the car. In the Philippines, when you sell your car, kasama yung plate number. But in Canada, plate numbers are named after the owner. So I have to take it out para when I buy a new car, then that will be my plate number to that new car. Now, yung bumili ng kotse ko, when they register the car under their name, they will be given their own license plate naman, and that will be the license plate that they will attach to the car. After that, you can take your car to SGI's license issuer. So, si SGI is the equivalent of LTO in the Philippines. They have accredited license issuers like Knight Archer and Harvard Western Insurance in Regina. You can show to the license issuer the proof of vehicle selling. I'll show that to you later. This is just a small template. And then, they will give you the amount to pay. The amount to pay is the total amount for the registration and the basic vehicle insurance. The biggest chunk of that amount is actually on the insurance. Small chunk lang yung registration. This amount is payable one time, pwedeng i-cash, or it can be paid within 12 months. Of course, merong konting interest doon, but it depends on your financial capability to pay it cash now or to pay it within 12 months. After payment, the insurer will then transfer the car to your name already. And then, as mentioned earlier, they will give you choices ng mga plaka or the license plate. You will choose kung meron kang certain combination that you prefer, and then you can attach that to the car already. Ang plate number dito, nasa likod lang, wala sa harapan. So, it's just one piece of license plate. What's amazing here, and what's really efficient, and I hope that, again, we can benchmark this in the Philippines. From the time that you enter the license issuer's office up to the time that they give you the plate number, maybe 30 minutes will be the maximum time that you will wait. As opposed to the Philippines when, you have to sign the contract to sell, and then you have to have it notarized, and you have to go to LTO, change the name. I'm not sure kung kailangan mo pang pumunta sa main office ng LTO, but definitely 30 minutes is not a feasible time if you're buying a car, if you're registering a new car to your name. So I hope we can improve our system in the Philippines and benchmark from such good practices. Lastly, you can opt to buy a private insurance. I have mentioned already na may basic insurance ang SGI. However, it can only cover 200,000 Canadian dollars. So, whatever happens to you that is on top of the $200,000, especially when you got into an accident na medyo serious, if unfortunately there are people who are hurt, there are people who are injured, and they may claim anything on top of the 200,000 Canadian dollars, then you may have to shoulder it. That's why many people here are purchasing private insurance. The cost of this will of course be dependent on the driver's history and then the value of the vehicle. Why is the driver's history included? It's because kapag ka nakita nila na yung driver have many previous violations, it can affect the premium of the insurance. It may cost you more. But if you have a clean license record, then you may have financial benefit from it. The value of the vehicle is of course a key, because a brand new vehicle of course will have higher value than an older vehicle. So showing here the proof of selling. This is actually a very small piece of paper. Papansin mo dun sa bottom ng slip is the transfer of ownership. So the purchaser will indicate their name and signature here, the date they purchased the car, the amount they paid to you, your name, your signature, and this is it. Ito lang yung dadalhin mo dun sa SGI, and this is already your proof of selling. No need for the contract to sell template, no need for the notarization.